Hello my ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. Are you ready to geek out on some tarot decks? Because I sure am. These 4 decks are all from a company called Brigh. So you'll see there on the bottom, each one has that design on them. And Cheryl from Oneness Emporium has been in contact with the company and has negotiated that she'll be a stockist of Brigh decks as part of her extensive library of decks, as well as all the other fabulous stuff, books and everything else that Oneness Emporium sell. All information, as always, will be in the description of this video. There won't be the promotional code because these are already on sale. When you go there, you'll see that they've been reduced in price. And I mean, Brigh decks, I find, are quite good quality at affordable prices, which I think is brilliant. This one is $19.99 currently. Now this is as of 17th of July 2025, but it was only a couple of pound more, maybe 22, 23. They're really affordable. This one, which is upside down, 2020 edition of Tarot of Marseilles, is around £20.99, I think, £21, 22, 23, something like that. They're all around the £20 mark currently while they're on sale. But I thought we could have a Brigh special. So a look at their decks. A couple that I'm really intrigued is the Lustrous, because it's an RWS. And you know me and RWS decks, you know, I've got, I think, I don't know, I've lost count, probably 50 different RWS decks. But I'm always intrigued and excited to see what other companies, creators, etc. Can do with Pixie's art and add their kind of personal touch to it. And Soprafino as well, because I love Soprafino. I do have the Il Meneghello version, and when we come to look at that, we can do a bit of a comparison, as well as it's gone out of my head. I forgot what it's called. Not Tower of the Master, but anyway, Ancient Italian, which I love and I use that a lot. But I'm interested to have a look at what Brigh have done with Soprafino. All right, so let's bring the camera down a bit. I'm very warm, so I've got some Pepsi Max Cherry to keep me cool and hydrated, because I feel I'm going to do a lot of talking. And yeah, let's take a look at these 4 decks. So of course I'm going to start with Lustrous. I'm just going to get the little seam cutter, whatever it's called. Should I be doing this? My brain's not functioning that much today. We've had graduation today and it's been a really lovely and full-on day, but yeah, I'm also very tired, but I want to take a look at these decks. So I think it's a seam ripper, isn't it? I think that's what it's called. Who knows? It's not important. Yeah, and I just had to struggle to reach it because I've got like 20 decks on my desk ready for, well, 4 of them are part of that, but ready for Spotlight on Saturday. I think we're going to be showing 10 decks as part of this week's Spotlight, which is really exciting. So it is in a tuck box. It's a sturdy tuck box, to be fair. Some tuck boxes are not as good quality as this. And on the back it says the Lustrous Tarot deck is a remastered version of the deck by Pamela Coleman-Smith. We kept the original idea but modernised the artwork with sharper graphics and brighter colours. If you love the original tarot but want a contemporary feel, this deck is for you. Bold claim. So Let's have a look. I'm always nervous about the backs as well, but so we do get let's pop the King of Wands because he's slipped out. It's a sturdy deck. That is really good cardstock. So the backs, okay, not bad. I would have liked perhaps the Roses and Lilies or Crackle backs, but as far as backs go, we've got the Torah here, which also people say is tarot. But yeah, it's okay. They're not a glossy card, but they're a silky finish. Really nice. We do get a little book here, Tarot Guidebook, based on the tarot interpretations of Arthur Edward Waite. So basically an abridged version or based on version of the pictorial key to the tarot. Modified, expanded and edited by Philip Young, PhD. Oh, nice. We get full colour images. It does look like they've perhaps been through a computer. They've been digitally enhanced, I would say. That would be my guess. I don't know if it says at the beginning. Tarot reading has been used for divination since 1700s. That's questionable. Yeah, it doesn't say kind of what enhancements have taken place or some tips. You've got your past, present, future, and then we go into the cards. You get a full page for the majors, and then two on a page and just some keywords, meaning, symbolism, upright or reversed for minors. All right, so we don't have Pixie's font, so it's a typeface font. But yeah, as you can see, I mean, I think these are completely redrawn as well as different colours. Because if we look at, let's grab a full card. Just to do a bit of a comparison. This is the 1909 Roses and Lilies by Conrad Stein on the thick cardstock. It's probably going to take me forever now to find the full. Talk amongst yourselves. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I guess, like I said, I think it's been digitally enhanced, but if you look at the face and the structure of the face, it's very different, as well as the satchel. I mean, it's very close, isn't it? They've done a great job. But again, the idea is to bring the 1909 and give it a more contemporary look. And not everybody, I can't understand it myself, but not everybody is a fan of Pixie's artwork either. So we'll just have a quick look through. I mean, it's very sharp, very clean. Kind of reminds me of like when Destiny recreate the RWS. We're very close. This might be a really nice alternative, an affordable alternative as well. I love the shadowing. It's very, like I said, very clean, very sharp, crisp, modern, lovely colours. No copyrights on the fronts of the cards, which is always a bonus for me. I quite like the backs. As far as backs go, we've seen some hideous ones, or I've seen some hideous ones in my time, that just puts me off using the deck, but this one I could certainly live with. Oh, I mean, look how beautiful that is. Sometimes with the death card, I like that's in red as well. Sometimes with the death card, that's interesting because the Fool used to be without number. Oh, no. Sorry, I was going to say it's without name, isn't it? Death card, not without number. But yeah, sometimes it's too busy and blotchy and you can't see the detail, but the detailing in this scene here is really lovely. And look at the colour of these wings. Wow, my favourite combination is pink and purple together. I think it's stunning, and that is such a stunning Temperance card. The Devil. I'm really impressed with this, and the cardstock, as I said, is really nice. Look at that, nice. Not too thick, but sometimes when I see a deck at a certain price, I think, oh dear, what's the cardstock going to be like? But this is lovely cardstock. The little squiggle has been cleaned up because I think it, like I said, I think it's been redrawn. Then we go into our minors, starting with the Pentacles. Yeah, very clean and crisp. I was wondering how the Ten of Pentacles might come out, because again, this is a card a bit like the King of Pentacles when we get there. It can be very busy in some RWS decks, but this is lovely. You can clearly see the dogs and his hand on the dog. Look at that. Gorgeous. Wow, for less than £20, this deck is quality. Still looks like John Travolta. Oh, I love how they've done his tunic. Look at that. I'm really loving the bright colours. That's nice. I love the shading in the water. Look at the clouds. You really get more of a sense here of the waves as well. The detailing is so sharp. And our last suit, the Wands. Oh, look at that sky. That's beautiful. So they're not just, you know, solid colours. There is a gradient and it's just really effective. Even here, you can see it's lighter and then darker, and the same. Beautiful. So, wow, Lustrous Tarot, it really is, and that's impressive. I would imagine quite a few people liking this. If you like RWS and you want a deck that's affordable that you can just pop in your bag. Not a lot of RWS decks come with a guidebook either, because, you know, RWS, most tarot guidebooks are out there in bookshops, relate to the RWS tradition. So it's a lovely set to get a book that's based on the pictorial key, as well as cards, and this is a nice quality deck. Really impressed, particularly because of the price point. All right, so then we move on to Tarot of Marseille. This is the 2020 edition. So let's have a look. We've got the Tarot of Marseille, and it's brilliant that we've got the 4 decks that we're looking at are for 4 different tarot traditions. We've got RWS, Marseille, we have Minchiate, and we also have an Italian deck as well in the Soprafino. The Tarot of Marseille will take you and your readers to the old world. Invented in 15th century Europe, these cards have a timeless look and feel. This is a reinvented and modernized version of the classical cards that most tarot cards are based on. Okay, so again, you know, this is, whereas the Lustrous was looking at a deck from the turn of the last century, we're going back a few centuries now and doing the same thing by breathing a bit of modern life into them to give them that contemporary feel. Again, we get a tarot guidebook. This says based on tarot interpretations of Arthur Edward Waite, which is strange because, I mean, it's RWS, but are they using the same interpretations then? I think that people who are fans of Marseille might not appreciate that, because Arthur Edward Waite, you know, was the author who worked with Pixie for the RWS. So they say the same thing. So I'm just going to go to a card. Let's go to High Priestess. And let's see if it's just the same thing. Oh, I've opened on High Priestess. No, it says different things. So on here for symbolism, it says a learned woman with regal but not royal clothing. And here we have a young woman wizened by difficult experiences awaits. Yeah, so they are different writings. It's just, unless I wasn't aware that Arthur Edward Waite had done some writing about Marseille decks, maybe he did. But anyway, there is a guidebook. It does the same thing. For the minors, you get 2 on a page, and then you get a full colour for the majors. These are the backs. Really like this design. That's lovely. I love that we get a coin, very Marseille Tarot coin design. Oh, these are linen. So this one is on linen cardstock, which hopefully will pick up. Yeah, if you see that linen finish. So it has that. Oh, that is nice. Again, really nice cardstock. So I'll go a little bit quicker through these, but we have our fall. We don't need me to say what's on the titles. Again, love the colours. We've got this shadowing that's happening. Do you see on the table and on the garments? They're not, when you think that Marseille, you know, the old woodblock style painting, they're not solid colours. We do have these gradients and shading, which is really nice. The colours are deep and rich as well. And the faces are modernised as well. Although that does give me a playing card court typeface. Strength card. Now, that's interesting. Oh, people aren't going to be happy. A Marseilles deck where strength is put in at key 8 rather than 11. This is probably the only Marseilles deck I've got in my possession where that's done. And, you know, if they are probably taking inspiration from Arthur Edward Waite, that will be why. I mean, it doesn't bother me in the slightest because, you know, learning with RWS, strength is key 8. But I think tarot purists out there might have an issue. I love that devil card. Again, I think, you know, this is a really affordable deck. I think it will sell well. The colours are beautiful. The line work is sharp and clean. It's stunning, actually. Wow. That almost looks like it's 3D, you know, the gold on there. Beautiful. I love the blue and the reds. Pretty deck. The knave of coins. Look at that horse. Knight of coins. Our cups. I always love the Ace of Cups in Marseilles decks. And some modern ones are so beautiful, like New Choice Tarot de Marseille. Stunning Ace of Cups, stunning Ace of Pentacles as well. That's interesting. There's just a design there. Again, the colour tones, the colours used for the floral designs are blue and red. I love the shading and the shadows. The colours are really rich. I hope that's coming out on camera. Our sword suit. Wow. This cardstock is lush. And this one on Cheryl's shop at the moment is £20.99p in the sale. And I just think that's an amazing price. Look how deep this green is. So we're onto our batons. I love the horse. horse's face. All their faces. That's impressive. As I said, I think some people who are really into Marseilles won't appreciate the strength card being at 8. It makes no odds to me. And I think once you've shuffled a deck anyway, you're still reading the strength as wherever it is in your reading. So yeah. Shall we move on to the Minchiate Tarot? Da, da, da. I've got a couple of Minchiate decks. I don't use astrology, so they're not one that I tend to use, or if I do, then I take out the astrology cards. But I do like having like the virtues in there, you know, faith, hope and charity and things like that. Okay, so on the back it says, welcome to our special ship of Theseus. Classical decks, the Minchiate Tarot. Artist Yulia all over has taken the original art and enhanced it for a more modern visual. So I think we're getting the vibe here. What Brigh are doing is giving us a more kind of modern take, a more modern interpretation for expectations and sensibilities whilst retaining the original look and feel. Professional tarot expert Philip Young directed her to add keywords to the suit cards, which in the original design offer no meaningful visual guidance. Now the deck can be used to give readings that are accessible to any tarot enthusiast and knowledge seeker. This 97 card classic deck has been revisioned for a modern era, allowing you to touch the past and find cards useful in the present. Wow, okay. So let's see what they've done with this. So again, in a tuck box. This one doesn't feel as sturdy as perhaps the Lustrous, but oh, I do like this. Do like this. Again, very thick deck. There isn't a book, but we've got 97 cards, was it? Wow, look at that. There is a deck we're going to be showing called Al Cento that we're going to do on Spotlight. And that's a 100 card deck, which is a Minchiate plus a few other extras that have been added, and I'll be interviewing the creator on the 2nd of August as well, so that'll be fun. Anyway, look at this. So yes, I get what they've done in terms of modernizing it, but true to their word, they've kept this kind of feel as well, that of a deck from history. These are the backs, which are nice. Cardstock, again, really good cardstock. Here's the Magician. I like the artwork on this deck. Really loving this. I even like the dotted border, and because it's on like almost like parchment paper colour on the background, it does give it that historic feel. But again, artwork is cleaned up, it's sharp, really nice. I wonder if Strength's coming next. It is. Oh, I love that Hermit. We've got the hourglass here that's been penetrated by the arrow. I'm really digging this, really digging this. look at the Death card. Here's our Devil. Look at him. He doesn't look happy. The Tower. So I've just paused the video because I've got a couple of Il Meneghello Minchiate decks. Minchiate Etruria and Florentine. And I'm just going to do a quick comparison. I'm just going to find the Tower cards from each one. Okay, so Minchiate Etruria, very similar, but the image is, you know, just reversed, mirror image. And then we have the Minchiate Florentine, which is, I think, which is the one that it's based on here. But they've done a great job. Really have done a great job. Love it. So I'm going to put them back so I don't get them mixed up. And then we will carry on. Okay. All right. So, oh, look at the star. The three luminaries together as well really do go well, don't they? Love it. I'm really, really impressed so far with the Brigh decks. I think they've done a fantastic job. So here we go into the extra cards now. So we're at the World, after the World, and then we continue with card 22, Prudence, which is again in keeping with the Minchiate tradition. Charity, Faith, and then we have some elements: fire, water, earth, oh, love it, and air. That's a brilliant recreation. And then we go into the astrology cards. So we have Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo. Oh, that's beautiful. Virgo. There's mine, Libra. The Scales of Justice, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and then and they're not numbered, of course. And then we go into our minors. And look how beautiful that Ace of Cups is. Now, as they mentioned when I read the back, they've added these words on. So we've got expressing, and then if it was in reverse, you'd have repressing. So just to help with, and do you know, I think people who struggle with pips might appreciate a keyword like this. I love it. Oh, look at that. We've got a little monkey checking himself out in the mirror. Contemplation. I could see me using this deck a lot. And it's funny because when I laid all 4 decks out to do this video, this was the one I thought I would probably like the least, and I think I like it the most. I think they've done a fantastic job in modernising a deck, but still keeping that quality of a vintage deck. And all of the 4 decks, well, I mean, this is the 3rd one, I'm sure the final one won't be any different, is just on the most incredible cardstock. New ideas for the Ace of Swords. Resting. Defeat. I mean, I think all of these, the 3 decks we've seen so far, are very influenced by Arthur Edward Waite, aren't they? Risk. See, interestingly, even though, because I, as you know, don't follow astrology, I just don't, it's just not my bag. I don't really know how I feel about it either. That's not, you know, a slight on anybody who follows it and practices astrology, but I could see me using this deck, taking the 12 astrology cards out, but using them as significators. So if I'm reading for myself, obviously I'd have the Libra card in there, and then reading for others, finding out what their star sign is and just using that as a significator. Okay, and then there's some information here about I think it's Yulia Oliver, Russian artist, also Libra. Yeah, so a little bit about the creator there as well. But really impressed with this deck, really impressed. And pleasantly surprised as well. Okay, pop them back in the box. And then our final one is the Soprafino. Again, I'm going to grab my El Meneghello Soprafino. So this is quite a large box compared to some of the others. It's in a nice sturdy 2-part box. The other 3 are in tuck boxes, but this is in a nice, really sturdy 2-part box. Gorgeous. Take the cards out. Oh, I love those backs. So this one says, welcome to one of our special, again, Theseus classical decks, the Soprafino Tarot. And it's the same artist who was just shown with the Minchiate. And again, it's taken from the original, enhanced it for a modern visual. So it's saying basically the same thing, given all these decks a more modern, contemporary feel. These cardstocks feel different. So this is the backs, which is really nice. They're not, I don't think they're as large as a standard tarot, or maybe they are and I've just been used to the bigger ones that I've just been looking at, but yeah, they are standard tarot size. Sorry, I'm going to end up knocking the camera. So that's really nice. Again, cardstock is lovely. And I think it is, I'm getting mixed up, aren't I, with my Vaquettas and my Soprafinos. But anyway, we do have keywords, which was the same as one of the modern releases that we had, which was Tarot of the Master. And again, the same, if it was reversed, you'd read down here, ignorance. So optimism for upright, ignorance for reversed. Colours are muted in this deck, as you will see. Yeah, this one does remind me a little bit more of the Lo Scarabeo. Let's stop here and grab the, because I did have Tarot of the Master, but I trimmed it, edged it and backed it in contact paper, and I used a metallic paint brush for the edges, and they all clumped together and I ended up having to throw it away, which was a crying shame. But let me find the lovers really quickly from the Soprafino. Yeah, so I got the Tarot of the Masters mixed up with the Ancient Italian. I do apologise. Where are we? It's going to be right at the end. Okay. Oh, let's keep out the moon and have a look at how they've done that as well. I love the moon card in the Soprafino. Should have gone to the bottom. Oh, here we go. No, we don't. What we're talking about. Where are we? I'm going to keep that one out as well. That's pretty. Is it going to be the last card? I'll try and pass. Ah, here we go. Okay, so this is the El Meneghello version, a smaller handmade version. As you can see, the size difference, but a good replica. Obviously, this one has more. You know, it's not as clean in terms of the sharpness of the edging, and this has been modernized, so you can see like the faces are more defined, but not bad, not bad. Don't know how people feel about keywords. I don't mind, and I think if you're learning the tarot and you're starting with a beautiful Italian tarot deck, I kind of wish the colours were a little bit more brighter. I mean, it's gorgeous cardstock. There's no gloss at all. This is a buttery matte cardstock. You can see there's no reflection from the light. It is really, really nice. Love that devil's face. So the sun in this deck is one of my favourite sun cards ever. It's not red in the middle like it is here, but isn't that just a gorgeous card? This one has got the original markings on it. And the moon as well. I love the moon card. Beautiful, beautiful. Judgment and the World. So we also have keywords on the minors here for upright and reversed, inspiring or dull. Again, I don't know how people feel about that. I'm fine with it, and I know there are people who will also appreciate keywords on a Italian deck. Surprised they didn't pop it on the Tarot of Marseilles. And isn't this just so intricate and beautiful? I think this is where this deck will come into its own, will be with the minors as well, because they're gorgeous. Love it. I think it's wonderful as well that Brigh have come along and made tarot more accessible, particularly for people on lower budgets, because what has happened, certainly in the last 10 years, is that tarot is becoming more and more expensive. Decks are becoming more and more expensive. I mean, we always expected to pay more for indie decks or handcrafted decks like Il Meneghello, but there have been some very pricey mass market decks as well. Fyodor Pavlov is one that springs to mind. And here's a company that's come along and produced decks on beautiful cardstock. I mean, this is indie quality. And reworked some traditional decks and made them more contemporary, but also just made them at a really reasonable price. And I do feel that, you know, I've had comments in the past from people that's, you know, said, oh, this deck is just out of my price range. And, you know, here's a company that's hopefully made a few decks more accessible. These are stunning. Look at them, look at the details. I didn't look, or it didn't register, sorry, I'm stopping in the middle, whether strength was 8 in this deck as well. It is. You just have to accept that. I mean, looking at the, let's go here. I shouldn't do this because this video is probably going to be, you know, 8 is just this. It's not 11 will be strength. Just gonna find it. Yeah, they seem to have done that with the 3, the Minchiate, the Marseilles, and the Soprafino. Yeah, so La Forza was 11, but here it is 8. I just know I'm going to get so many comments saying, why have they put strength in it, number 8? You know, I can't answer that. I can't answer that, so please don't ask me. But I get that it's not going to be to everyone's cup of tea. But like I said, for me, it's not an issue. It's not an issue. I don't particularly, I know people bring in numerology. I do that with the minors. I don't, I don't necessarily do it with the majors, but I do. But, you know, more so with the majors because of the titles and the archetypes of the deck. If I've got a spread and strength there, it's strength. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to be too fussed whether it says 8 or 11. But I know other people are. And again, there's the additional card here about you liar. I really like these backs. So that's 4 decks by Brigh from 4 different tarot traditions, and I just think they've done a fantastic job. Let me bring the camera back up to lay them out. So we have, for around £20 at Oneness Emporium, an RWS, a Marseilles, a Minchiate, an Italian deck, the Soprafino. All are beautiful, a lovely cardstock, clean, sharp artwork. Yeah, and at affordable prices. I say big up Brigh. I'm really impressed. I wasn't sure I'd like them all, but every one of them has just been great. I think the Minchiate surprised me the most. And I think I'm going to be using that. So anyway, let me know your thoughts. Please don't focus too much on the strength card. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on these decks and whether you're tempted by any, or if you've already got some, let me know how you've been getting on with them. As I mentioned, Oneness Emporium, the stockist of these decks, link will be in the description to that shop, so do check it out. All right, thanks for watching everyone, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.